Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Jim. We have our next load, which on a very rare occurrence, we actually got pre-planned with last Friday. It is Monday morning right now. It is just after 10 o'clock. We're still being unloaded at the previous delivery, but we should be getting out of here fairly soon, I would estimate. We are going to be picking up to this morning in Duluth, Georgia, and heading over with 2 drops in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee, in both of them. Memphis is one of those cities where there's a couple of different parts of it, and it exists in a couple of different states, so you always got to check. But both stops are going to be in Memphis, Tennessee, probably tomorrow morning. Unless Murphy's Law gets involved. Yep, we've got the delivery at 8 a.m. and another one at 10 a.m. So we are going to get over there and pick up our load as soon as we're done getting unloaded here, and then head west. We've got most of a full clock. I think I used a grand total of about a half an hour getting pre-tripped and getting down here. So we should be good to go to get almost all the way there this afternoon. We got to spin it around here and get to that door that's right there, and hopefully there's enough room to spin it around.
15 miles an hour. Tuesday night, clear.
Oh yeah, plenty of room.
Southwest wind 5 to 15 miles.
Going right there to door 13.
25 miles an hour. And now the extended forecast. Wednesday through Thursday night, partly cloudy. In the lower 70s. Lows in the lower 50s. Friday through Saturday night, mostly cloudy. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the upper 50s. Sunday and Sunday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 70s. Lows in the upper 50s.
Let's go ahead, open doors and slide tandems. When we first got here, this place was packed with trucks, but they all cleared out just as we arrived. It's almost like they were trying to make it easy for us. I ain't complaining. This would have been a challenge with all those trucks that were here.
9 miles an hour. Asheville, it was sunny, 47 degrees, wind north at 12 miles an hour. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For today and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Tuesday through Sunday. Areas of frost are possible again across the extreme northeast early Tuesday morning. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. Here is forecast from your National Weather Service for the Gainesville listening area. Today, sunny. Highs in the mid-60s. North winds to 15 miles an hour.
Look at a little sleep in my eye.
Lows in the lower 40s.
Keeps getting in the way.
Light northwest winds. Tuesday, sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. Southwest winds.
Just like Morgan Van Lines just did.
Tuesday night, clear.
That's all good. It's all good. Hey, don't get greedy. Wait your turn.
And now the extended forecast. Wednesday through Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the lower 50s. Friday through Saturday night, mostly cloudy. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the upper 50s. Sunday and Sunday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 70s.
Boom.
Lows in the upper.
A little rougher than usual, but gets the job done.
Climate information, please visit our website at
The Weather Channel always comes on whenever I start the truck. But I think the weather's just fine today. We are docked, checked in, and just waiting to be loaded now. We don't have any fuel stops programmed in so far, but we have about 7/8 of a tank, so we probably are not going to fuel going west. We'll probably fuel after we deliver tomorrow morning, or somewhere going eastbound. It's only a 400 and something total mile load, low 400 something, so not a lot of mileage on it, but it's an easy one, just shooting straight west, at least until we get to the delivery. I haven't looked at the map yet to see what the deliveries look like, but I can do that tonight. And it is Memphis, so Memphis is never fun, but since it's two partials, we can cross our fingers that they are quick to unload because they are needing whatever it is that they're getting. We've got our paperwork already. She gave us the bills. Looks like wrapped straw, dry pure rocks bleach, meal kits. I don't know what the total weight. There's no real total weight on this bill. It's a sale order, not a bill of lading. The other one, the other stop 2, has, looks like plasticware. Foil lids, steam pans, I don't know, cooking stuff. Maybe it's going to it's going to a company called Lit Refrigeration Company. I don't know. Maybe they do like meals and toilet tissue, just general stuff, I guess. Doesn't look like it's real heavy. We'll see. Just packed full of stuff. Caravan Packaging Company is the first one. So some of this sale order, I'm guessing that's Chinese, and I doubt y'all can read it, but I'm gonna take a shot and stick it up there for you. The other one's all in English, but the first one has some Chinese in it, so who knows what we're delivering or where we're taking it. We'll see once we get loaded. I expect this to be an easy one. So I will see you shortly after we get loaded so we can check to see what we got in the back.
A little while later.
Alrighty, let's see what we've got going on back here. Let's go ahead and pop the tandems. I don't know how much it weighs, so I don't know where we're going to need to slide those things to. All the way to the back we go. Stepped in a puddle. Clear wrapped straws, meal kits. We just got all kinds of stuff in there. I'm just gonna have to guess, and if it feels heavy, we'll stop at a weigh station or stop at a scale, cat scale, on the way out of here. I'm not thinking it's going to be particularly heavy. It didn't feel like one of those kinds of loads where they had really heavy forklifts operating. I mean, it bounced around a little bit, but not a whole lot. So I'll get a better feel for it as soon as I slide the tandems. It pushes back. Oh no, it's not very heavy at all. I'll pull it forward just a little bit. That's probably good enough. There we go. Seatbelt on, click it or ticket. Do they still do that click it or ticket campaign? All right. Fire up the old GPS. I've dialed in a stop tonight at Flicks. I think that's 22 westbound, 78 maybe, wherever it is. It's on our route, and that's where I've dialed in to stop. If it's full, we may go a little bit further on to JoJo's. We've stopped there a couple of times, but Flicks is a place that I used to stop a while ago with this company, but back in the day when it was still a decent company to work for. And Flicks is a pretty nice little mom and pop truck stop. But prior to that, I am going to find us a Pilot or a Love's so I can take care of business and get a shower. That way we are not having to worry about where we park tonight. Alright, so we stopped in here at the Pilot in Lincoln, Alabama, and got ourselves a shower. Now I feel refreshed, and we are headed on back to the highway. I don't know why the GPS wants me to go that way, but it's not the right way to go. Next stop programmed in is Flicks Truck Stop, which is in 218 miles. 3 hours and 11 minutes to get there. You know, these shorter runs 400, 500 miles a day, I wouldn't have any problems at all with it at all. I actually prefer it. I could run recaps, but this company is not really, the dispatcher, he tends to dispatch more on a 6-day-a-week schedule and finds a long load to run over the weekend if that's the way it's going to go. I would rather run recaps. I've done it before. If I was with a company that could book me 7 days a week and keep me rolling 7 days a week between 400 and 500 miles a day, I'd be just fine with that, because, you know, what 500 times 6 is 3,000. You add a 7th day, that's 3,500, which is a good week. Hell, I'd be happy to run 3,000 miles a week, but I'm not getting that. Too many of those Northeast loads are just 200 or 300 miles, which that's no fun. That's no good for money, especially when they're also throwing in a day off and not running you 7 days a week. But still counting the days. It is the February. It's the, I think it's the 22nd. Yeah, it's the 22nd of April now. So 8 more days, 1 more week out this month. And I take a couple of days off to go down to my daughter's graduation. And then it's just the rest of May. And then I'm done. And I go on a real proper vacation.
Soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push a pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do, okay, to leave a little bit undone and be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun. Set aside every empty spreadsheet line and loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and mess around. See the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do, okay, to leave a little bit undone. Be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun.
Alrighty, folks. Well, we have made it to our stop for the night. We're at Flicks in Potts Camp, Mississippi, about 45 miles away from our final destination tomorrow morning, or at least our first stop tomorrow morning. We do have 2 drops, both in Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know exactly where in the city. I'll have to take a look at that before I go too much further with this. But we are stopped, and it is everything you would expect out of a typical mom and pop truck stop. We have a dirt parking lot. We have no lines. We have a fuel island that really is kind of debatably a fuel island. And then, of course, on the other side of the Walmart truck and the truck that's on the other side of him, both of which are in creative parking, we have the truck stop itself. Now, I know from personal experience, because I have stopped here on a number of occasions, and I do like this place because it's quiet, it's easy to get into, plenty of space. I mean, look at the place, you saw it. It's 5:30 at night, and it's wide open. But I also know from personal experience that the diner inside is a typical greasy spoon diner. So if you're into fancy, clean, no cigarette ashes in your food type food, it's not that bad, don't worry. But if you're into the more upscale fine dining of Subway at your local Pilot, or Denny's, or Arby's, or McDonald's, or Champs, or whatever have you, all that crap, this ain't your place. But if you do like greasy spoon truck stop diner food, Flicks is a good place. Their food is really good. So I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna get some dinner. Then I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna try and edit. Maybe not. Looking at the cell phone, what do we have for signal here? Well, we got decent signal, so I might be able to do some editing. And then we're going to get up tomorrow, we're going to go deliver, and then we're going to do it all over again. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So we have got to get rolling. It's 8:08, no, it's 7:08 a.m. Forgot about the time zone there. We have an 8:30 delivery. Right now, the GPS is saying we'll be there before 8. So I think we're doing okay. But I took a little longer to get up and get going this morning than I normally do. Changing up my routine just slightly, and it took longer than I expected. So I will be making adjustments going forward. But at any rate, it is a beautiful morning, about 50 degrees outside. A little cold for short sleeves, but I'm okay. We've already pre-tripped. As you can see, we are getting going now. I think I said it's only 47 miles from here to our first drop. So we are rolling. So I wound up not editing last night. I did go inside to the restaurant, to the diner, and got a delicious barbecue plate. It was fantastic. I think it was pork. It was either pork or brisket. I can't remember which one. But it had it was covered with barbecue sauce, so it was hard to tell a little bit. But it was absolutely fantastic. I had cornbread and squash to go with it. I wanted okra, but they were out. Oh well. And I wound up not editing last night, and that's mainly because I got sucked into watching the new series on Amazon Prime, Fallout. It's a weird show, but I like it. I'm not a gamer. I know it's based on the video game. I've never played the video game. From everything I've heard, it's a fantastic video game, but the show is also really, really good. But I finished it up last night, so I'm done binge watching that, and I think I can move forward again with regularly scheduled tasks like editing videos. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more caught up tonight. We'll see. I don't know where we're going next, but my guess is, since we're coming out of Memphis, that we'll maybe go up towards the northeast a little bit, which will be a longish run, maybe about 1,000. Well, I don't know how far it is, but hopefully that will permit us to just take a little more leisurely drive to get up there, maybe, and I'll be able to spend some time this evening to get things edited.
Slow down. Now turn right. After a quarter of a mile, turn left and then you will reach your waypoint.
3921. Looking for caravan. Should be on the left.
After 1,000 feet, turn left and then you will reach your waypoint.
3981. It's just that brown building down there. $39.43. $39.01. Huh.
Now turn left and then you will reach your waypoint.
Well, let's turn around in here. We're on the right street.
You have reached your waypoint.
Oh,
It's
there
on
it
your
is,
left.
Caravan Supply Company. All right, well, at least we're turning around someplace we can actually turn around.
Route recalculation. Now turn right and then immediately turn right onto Delft Street.
Let's go ahead and turn Tina
Now turn
off.
right and then turn left.
Yeah, she brought us to the right place. Looks like it's going to be a fun one to get docked. It's not built for big trucks. Built for these little bitty trucks. All right, let me go get checked in and then we'll figure out how to get docked on this sucker. All right, we got to figure out how to get out of here, but we've got a door that's actually more or less doable. We're going around the other side of the building. This guy in front of us, he's got to get it in right here into door 8. But so what he's going to have to do is essentially pull out into the street and back in off the street. We've just got to go around the side of the building to get to ours and get out of his way. Make sure nobody's coming. We're doing pretty much the same thing, but at least our street is more of kind of a docking friendly street. No traffic. Well, easy enough. I gotta slide the tandems and swing the doors though, so see y'all soon. Alright, well, once we get unloaded here, our next stop is a grand total of a couple of miles away, I think. Let's check real quick. Yes, we have arrived. Next stop, 16 miles away. Currently 20 minutes, but based off of the traffic we had coming in, and there was a fair amount of traffic coming in. Let's go ahead and turn this stuff down. There was a fair amount of traffic coming in, and from the looks of it, I'm seeing a little bit of red getting over to the next stop, so we'll cross our fingers that we take a little while here so that traffic has a chance to die down, and then we don't have any delays getting over to the next stop. We don't have to be there until 10 o'clock. It is 8:22 now. So hour and a half to go, 15 miles, including however long it takes to unload here. I think we're good. But we'll see. We'll see. Alrighty, so we are done at this stop, at least hopefully. We gotta get buttoned back up. But since this is a 2-drop load, gotta make sure. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was worried about that. They took everything off. They weren't supposed to. I better go in and let them know. We got to figure it out. Some of that stuff wasn't supposed to come off. Let's break it down what just happened there. Essentially, this is a 2-drop load, and 99% of the time, I'd say even 99.5% of the time, they get it right. You just go in, hand them the paperwork, they can see what's on the paperwork, and they take off what's theirs and leave what's not. And in a lot of places you can't go into the warehouse to make sure they're doing their jobs right. This was not one of those places. I could have gone in and supervised, but I shouldn't have had to. When I did go inside, basically the situation was is they had unloaded the entire truck. That was obvious because our trailer was empty. But fortunately, it was all still in kind of a staging area. And so they had started breaking it down so that they could start to do the counts and everything. And the pallets that they had started breaking down weren't their pallets. They were the pallets for the next stop. Their pallets were all still intact. Stupidly, and this is, I blame this on the shipper, because none of the paperwork included pallet counts. It had unit counts. So one pallet, and it was a fairly wide variety of products. So you might have one pallet that has plastic sporks and another pallet that has plastic forks, and some pallets that have only, some pallets that are combined. So a few of the pallets were partial pallets. They weren't even complete pallets. They might have had like 10, 15 boxes of whatever item. And so they had already started unwrapping some of them so that they could start counting. And when I went back there, I was real concerned that they had already started putting stuff on shelves. But fortunately, I don't think they had made it to that point. Everything was still in there and they had just started unwrapping it. Now, here's the thing. The paperwork didn't mention pallet counts. The pallets themselves, the wrapped pallets, did. So there were sheets of paper printed out on every single one of the pallets that said Caravan 10p and Lit 15p. Now Caravan is the place we were just at. It took a little looking at it to figure out what that 10p was, but that was 10 pallets. So that should have been their clue when they were unpacking it. Okay, Caravan 10p, 10 pallets. When it said Lit 15p, that's where they were supposed to stop, and they didn't stop. They just kept unloading. And as a result, we had to go back in and get things sorted out. I'm crossing my fingers that we got everything back on the truck and there won't be any shortages when we get to Lit. But at least if there turn out to be shortages, we know what happened, and so we know who to go to and to get that all sorted out. And they're only 20 miles apart in the same city, so worst case scenario, they can figure it out amongst themselves or with the shipper or do something. But that could have been a lot worse if they'd started putting stuff on the shelves already. But hopefully that doesn't happen again anytime soon. Now when I go to the places, when I do that, like what I call the Cadillac loads, because the shipper is Cadillac in Dallas, Georgia, that has those multi-stops, those all go real smooth. They always know, hey, it's a multi-stop. We're only taking X number of pallets. And of course the paperwork says, okay, 10 pallets to this location, 17 pallets to this location, 5 pallets, etc., etc. And so it's pretty clear. And of course, they also write on the shrinking, on the wrapping of those pallets, you know, stop 1, stop 2, stop 3. So it is obvious. I'm not sure that the sheets of paper that said Caravan 10p and Lit 15p were clear enough to those guys who were unloading it. I mean, it made sense once you knew that it's that it's a partial load. And I guess maybe I should have said, hey, this is a partial load, don't take everything. That would have been the mistake that I made, was not making it clear, hey, it's a partial. Be careful not to take the wrong stuff. But shit happens. Hopefully it works out for the best. Hopefully there aren't any issues. We are 15 minutes from our next stop. We'll be about 5 minutes late according to the GPS, because we weren't scheduled to be there until 10 o'clock, and we'll be there at 10:05. I'm not seeing any traffic. Let's get through this light. So I think we'll be okay. I did talk to my dispatcher. I let him know what was going on. He said it's not an issue. We do have our next load already booked. I don't know where we're going yet. But he said we have time to get there, so I think we'll be fine.
After 600 feet, turn right and then you will reach your destination. Now turn right and then you will reach your destination. You have reached your destination. The destination is on your right.
We have. Now we just got to figure out where we get unloaded. That's it right there. Zoom in a bit. See if I can't figure out. The loading docks are on the back side of the building. Well, I'd say their entrance control device is a little out of control. They've lost control of their entrance control. Go ahead and line up on it. Not sure which of those two doors they want us at. I'm not 100% sure this is even the right side of the building, although I can't see it being anything other than that. That light pole being there doesn't help matters. Doesn't really overcomplicate things, but it doesn't need to be there. Not really well lined up, but we're lined up good enough I can go check in, and then I got to swing the doors and slide the tandem. So see you soon. And bump. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of another journey. As always, if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, and you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to smash that like button. And thanks for watching.